Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Arkansas RC Newbie, and on today's episode, I finally got my hands on the Hobby Wing QuicRun Crawler Brushed ESC. We're fixing to install it and get rid of the RGT one that I have here on the RGT chassis. I'm super excited about it. I won this thing, so guys, without further ado, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the initial impression, shall we? Guys, I'm excited. Let's open this thing up. Now, I would tell you that how much I purchased this thing for. I think they go for around $50 or so, maybe $60, but I actually won this ESC on the Hot Spring Scale Crawlers the entire season. I got 7th overall, and this was one of the prizes that was available for me when it was my turn to go up there and grab one of the prizes. So I'm really excited about it. I love that it comes with a program card. I have not had an ESC as far as crawling is concerned that you can actually program. Alright, now it's 80 amp, suitable for 1/10 and 1/8 scale rock crawlers, and we're going to be doing the 1/10 today. That's what I run on my class 2. Okay, there she is. Completely waterproof. Oh, and it looks good. Wow. Here we go. Now, I think the biggest thing it gets good reviews on is the programmability of it. Obviously, we've got the program card, which we're going to be taking a look at. But I'm really excited about the programmability just because the drag brake, that's a big one in the rock crawling department, is getting to set that drag brake. And not that the RGT one that I've got now, I think that's like a 60 amp. It's not terrible, but I just can't program anything with it. But it does great as far as overheating and all that. I have not overheated it yet. Since it was still working, I didn't want to mess with any kind of upgrades with the electronics until the end of the season. So now's the time to do so. But this here says QuicRun WP Crawler Brush 2.3S LiPo, 6 volt to 7.4 volt at 3 amps. Okay, we've got a power button here. That's a set button. I guess we can link it. Off and on button here. Feels very good quality. There's actually some really good weight to this. I love how everything is sealed up and finned. We got some little flashiness there on the edges. Okay, so we do have I think that's a Traxxas plug. Is that right, guys? Traxxas plug. We're going to be soldering a Dean's connector on here today. And I have an external BEC that we're going to be installing. Now, there's something to this as well with the program card. And then we've got the leads for the motor here. Let's put this to the side. Let's talk about this program card. The program card offers a whole bunch of little things that you can kind of tune on this. And one of them that I was really excited about before I had my external BEC is you can set your BEC voltage to 6 volt or to 7.4 volt. Now, the only issue with that is I want to have a little bit of headroom with my servo. My Eco Power servo can take up to 7.4 to get its full potential out of it. But I want to run about 7.2, and that's what I'm running on my BEC at the moment, my Castle Creations BEC. I'm running 7.2 just so I don't burn anything up, right? And I don't want to put the extra stress on the ESC. So I'm still going to be running my BEC, my external BEC, instead of using the one with the QuicRun here because, I don't know, I think just simplicity is probably the best. And I've been holding up so far all year. I held up fine without overheating anything with my RGT and the rock crawling. And then it also comes with a little lead here to go ahead and plug in from your program card to the ESC. Okay, what else is in the box? We've got a couple of zip ties, some heat shrink. We've got some servo tape or some double-sided tape there so we can mount this guy somewhere. Instruction manual, and I think that program card's going to be pretty easy to figure out. Oh, cool. And we've got some stickers. Alright, so I'm going to put this stuff to the side for right now, and I'm going to show you guys something else that I've been watching on the internet, on YouTube, is the amount of noise that your ESC makes. And I didn't realize how loud this was. I've been getting some comments. One of them is the gearing on my portal axles. I've got the Vanquish axles on here. Those are pretty loud, but the loudness is really starting to come from that ESC. It screams whenever I'm hitting my throttle. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys that B-roll. And we're talking about the tuning and everything with the program card. Something that's cool with this is you can actually set your frequency so it's a little bit smoother and quieter. So we'll see if we can get that done today as well. Now this is my Capsule Creations BEC that I got. Pretty good deal. Any of this stuff that we're going to be looking at today, guys, you can check out the affiliate links. I'll have some stuff down there. But let's go ahead and get this unplugged. I want to solder the Deans onto the new Hobby Wing ESC, and then what we'll do is we're going to power it on. We're going to take a look at the settings, and we're going to see with my little voltmeter here. We're going to get the voltmeter, and we're going to check and see what kind of power we're getting out, what kind of voltage we're getting out of the Hobby Wing. Okay guys, well I had to steal the bullet plugs off of the RGT's ESC. I got my BEC put to the positive and negative off of the QuicRun ESC. I've got the Dean's plug put on there. I finished off with some heat shrink, slid the little collar over, and I think we are good to go as far as the battery side goes. The motor side I'm going to keep unplugged for right now, and I've got them covered with the little rubber gaskets that it came with, or the little rubber sleeves. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug the ESC in. Got that plugged in. My BEC light, can you guys see that, is on. Now I don't know if I have to have it into my receiver in order for this to work, but okay, so you can see the ESC is blinking. What I want to do is I want to make sure and see what the power is, the voltage coming out of this with the voltmeter, just to see what it's set at, then we'll play with it a little bit. Okay, we're just going to hit the positive and negative. Okay, so right now it's at 6.04 volts. So it looks like from the factory it is at 6.04 is what the output is. So let's see if we can change that. It's supposed to be 6 volts, but on the Eco Power that I've got, that thing can take up to a 7.4, so that's a little low. So let's do this. Let's turn this off. Now what we're going to do is let's link up the program card. Right now we're going to power it on. Alright, we can see here. Let's see, battery type is a LiPo. It's already set for a LiPo. Okay, BEC voltage is number 14. Okay, and let's go down to number 14. Wow, that is cool. This thing is awesome. Just be able to switch it like that. You guys can see that. So on 14, it's set for value 1, which is 6 volts. Now we're going to change it to value 2. So value 2 it just changed to. Okay, so now it says it at 7.4 volts. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to test and see what we've got coming out of this thing, if it's indeed 7.4. See, if it's a little bit more, you know, it's a good way to burn something up, so I'm glad we're getting this test done. Alright, so positive and negative, what do we got? Alright, so that's showing a 6.04 as well. You guys can see it on the program card. You guys can see on the program card it's actually supposed to be 7.4 volts, so there's something wrong there already. My BEC should be about 7.29. We'll unplug the BEC and we're going to show you guys what it's got coming out of it, because I know that's set. You guys can see that. Here's the BEC. And it is at 7.25, so that's exactly where I have it set to. See, maybe we have to turn it off in order for it to work. So maybe it just doesn't do it immediate. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. Okay, it's turned off. There's no more light blinking and the program card turned off. We'll take this off, alright, because you guys all seen it. 14 is set at value 2, which is 7.4 volts. Alright, now we're blinking there. My power button is lit up. Now, let's check this again. And maybe you just have to set the value. Maybe it's not real time. And we're still getting 6.04, just to be sure. Okay, and the program card will go to 14. Let's see if it's at 2 still. Okay, 14. Okay, so there's an OK button. Maybe that's what I didn't hit. Okay, alright, now it shows 14.2. Okay, I hit the OK button, bars went across, and then now it shows that it's set. Alright, now let's do it one more time. There we go. Okay, so look at that, 7.4. So I don't know if you have to hold the button down or what the difference is, but that's what we did. So I think it'd be really good to get yourself a voltmeter just to make sure you guys are doing it right. And since we're using the external BEC, there's no need for the BEC on here. We're going to just pull that plug out. And then now we are golden. We're good to go just with the regular BEC. Let's go ahead and hook these bullet plugs up to the motor, and then we'll see what kind of noises we get out of this thing. Okay, bullet plugs are hooked up. Now we'll get the ESC. We'll plug him into channel 2. And remember, I did away with the positive because we got the external BEC. Transmitter is on. Hold the button down. Okay, you guys heard that. Now, throttle. Okay. Forward, reverse, everything works. Okay, now what we're going to do a sound test. Okay. Now we're going to go really low with the throttle. Okay. You guys hear that? Okay, so we do have some beepage going on. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, I saw a video on this. We're going to turn the ESC off. Now what we're going to do is, let's turn this back on. So the frequency, this is so cool, man. We have so much tuning capabilities with this. And whenever I start changing motors out, which I'm going to have a question for you guys here in a little bit as far as motors are concerned. When we start changing motors and everything out, we'll get to change different neutral ranges, start punch mode. But let's go to the frequency. Alright, frequency is 13. Very simple to figure this out so far. So 13 is set at a 4, and 4 is 8K. So let's go to 16K. So we're going to go OK. I'm going to hold it down 2 times. Alright, we're going to power this back on. Okay. So we've got it. Now again with the slow throttle. You guys can see on the ESC, as soon as it senses the throttle, it lights up. Okay, so it is quiet now. Alright guys, well that was the install. I'm glad everything went well. I'm glad we were able to check the voltage meter and see exactly how to set it. I appreciate you guys watching, man. If you guys like this stuff and enjoy it, please hit that like button, leave a comment. I love all the comments and all the support out there. It's pretty inspiring to keep on doing this. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, that's for sure, but it does make it easier. Now, I have a question for you guys. Once we get done doing the real-time review on the Hobby Wing ESC, just kind of mess with some of the settings on it, and there's so much different settings to work on. I want to install a new motor on this crawler, okay, because this is still the RGT. It's a 17-turn 540 can. And it's a little slower, especially after putting in the portal axles. It's really slow. If I want to get something a little more punchy, I want you guys to let me know. I'm running a 14-tooth pinion gear. Should I go to like a 16 or an 18? First of all, that's the first question. Second question is, which motor do you guys want to see me, after the real-time review, which one do you guys want to see me install and kind of mess with and maybe do a little real-time review on it? I bought this from Amazon. This was $13.99. It's a tuned machine, 540 motor, modified, 45 turn. So that's going to be the first one there. The thing looks pretty sweet. Again, it's a 45 turn. I think I will do a pinion tooth change. Just let me know, should I go 16 or 18? It does go too slow right now, but I don't want that to mess up the amount of punchiness. That's the first motor, okay? So let me know what you guys think about this one, 45 turn. Do you guys want to see this one installed? Or do you guys want to see this thing here? Is a crawler motor by RC 4-wheel drive. It's an 80 turn. Excuse me, it's an 80 turn. I bought that from Hobbytown for $9.99. 80 turn. And the thing is I think the higher the turn, the more torque it has. So this thing should be very torquey. But is that going to compromise my top end speed depending on my pinion tooth? So let me know in the comments, guys. Again, appreciate all the support out there. Please like, please subscribe. And if you guys have not gone back and checked out my RGT, remember, I got this thing out of the box and took it to a competition, and we're finally starting to go places. Who knows what we have settled for next year. I'm thinking about getting another crawler. If you guys have some opinions on that, let me know. But again, guys, I'm the Arkansas RC newbie. I appreciate you guys watching, and guys, we will see you on the next one.